If you were wondering what were the best hip flexor stretches you can do to improve your Taekwondo performance, I have some answers for you. My name is Dr. Jason Hahn, former 7-time U.S. national team athlete. So let's talk about the hip flexor itself. They're typically tight because we're sitting all day on the computer and these get locked up. So when they don't open up, it's very, very hard to kick, especially behind us. So this is probably the most popular hip flexor stretch, and we've seen it in your schools. Everyone's just doing this. And here's a question. What are they actually stretching? In this instance, you're actually loosening up the front of the hip too much, which you do not want. What you want to do is actually create flexibility in the muscle, not to overuse the joint itself. So this is how you do it. You're in a stacked position. You want to keep your ribs down, because what happens here, most people are compensating in their back. They're compensating in their back and they're loosening up the hip joint, which we don't want. So you want ribs down. Once you're in this position, engage your abs. I want you to rock forward until you feel a little bit of a stretch on the down leg. Once you have that, squeeze your glute. 99% chance you're going to feel already this pressure. If you feel that pressure, you're doing it correctly. If you want to bias the psoas muscle, which you may have heard about, it connects from your spine down to your hip. Once you squeeze your glute, you can reach up and over, and you may feel this stretch coming down your abdomen. That's when you're actually stretching your psoas. So this is the first hip flexor stretch. Now, if we want to stretch the rectus femoris, which is part of your quad, we're going to need to flex your knee. So here, you can either have something to prop your leg. You're here. Same idea. Once you're there, you're going to feel not only this, but you'll feel it along your entire thigh. Once you have that, then you can squeeze your glute. If you don't have something to prop on, you can have a partner bring you up, or if you're flexible enough, you can typically do it on your own. So this is the regular hip flexor stretch. This is the hip flexor quad stretch. Try those out and see if it helps your Taekwondo techniques.